Hey everybody, today I have a wonderful and special guest. Chris Sanders is here to talk about structure and how important structure is in our life and our recovery. So like I said, I have Chris Sanders here with me. Chris, tell us who you are and how they can find you.
Hi everyone, my name is Chris Sanders. Yes, I have a last name, Chris Sanders. Type it in YouTube, you find me right away. I'm here to help you guys not only enhance your nerdiness, but also to help you feel better about yourself and grow every single day.
And what was the spark that ignited your need to improve and your desire to find structure in your life?
So what ignited me to improve myself was that I just saw things that I wasn't happy with. I was like looking at like my situation in life. I was looking at my YouTube channel. I was looking at my dating life, and I was like, what can I do to be better? And that started this entire process.
And if you remember, what made you realize that having structure in your life actually made you a better you?
So structure, it's just something I just didn't have in my life previously. I used to always just run around from A to B, jumping around like, hey, this thing's cool, this thing's cool, this thing's cool, this is awesome. But I would never really worry about like what that meant or how to get to a bigger place or plateau in life until I realized that the one thing I was missing was structure. I never laid anything out. I didn't bullet point my life. I started doing that. Things got so much better. My projects got more efficient. I had more time in my day. I was happier. I was able to actually work out now. Like I was getting kind of chubby for a little bit there. Nothing wrong with that at all. But it was just something I didn't like. So I was like, let me work on this. But also it was like, how am I going to do that? But I also work on YouTube. Because YouTube takes so much of my time. I also have a full-time job. And I also have people that I'm trying to date, figure things out like here and there. I have a family. Like not family. It's like I don't have kids, but I have like my mom, my dad, my sister, or whatever. And I want to see those people too. So I'm like, how do I do this? Fact was, I had to lay down rules for myself. I had to make basic points and say, all right, if I want to get this done, how much time will it actually take? How much time can I actually allow for this? And how much time am I wasting when I'm just running around all the time? When I figured that out, I was able to really get my life in order and truly figure out efficiency, work-life balance. And again, this structure allowed me to be a better, stronger, smarter, dare I say, more handsome me.
And what's the hardest part that hardest thing, I guess, that you've run into when placing structure in your life, or the hardest thing you had to overcome?
Okay, the hardest part of creating structure in my life really has just been figuring it out, because I feel like there aren't everyday steps in general life things going, okay, A, B, C, D, E. Sometimes it's all over here, it's all over the place. So it takes a lot of trial and error. So it's been really hard to figure out like what, or really where do I start? And the thing is, it takes a lot of experimentation, it takes a lot of practice, but once you get it down, the results are incredible. There are all kinds of resources everywhere. You have Google. Once you have Google in your life, which we all do, there is no excuse for any kind of failure. At least that's how I look at it, at least. I think that if you have information at your fingertips and you don't use it, you're doing yourself a disservice.
And lastly, how do you feel that structure has really helped you improve yourself? Are there things that you've noticed about yourself get better already?
It's made my life in general much better. I started a new series on my channel called Anime Debates, where I debate anime all the time. And at first I just kind of went at it ad hoc, just threw stuff at like the wall. Now I have a structure. Now every week I have something different I'm going to talk about, and I lay it out, and I try to make sure that it is not only nerdy, but also educational and also entertaining. Before that, I just got on the camera and just said stuff. And it wasn't as efficient. It wasn't as good. There was no structure. Now that I have structure in my life, everything is better, including my YouTube channel. Now I do videos 3 times a week, on Monday, on Wednesday, and Thursday. I allow myself a certain amount of time to get things done. I allow myself a certain amount of time to get certain videos done. And then once that's done, it's over, and it's great. I get so much more done, and I think my videos are better because of it. So overall, how has structure improved my life? It has made me amazing at doing the things I was already doing just okay. So if you want to learn from anything I've told you today, just realize that if you don't have a structure, you're just a pile of goo. If you don't have structure, you don't have anywhere to start. Structure is the beginning. Find that. And you found the source to all your problems, but also all your success. Thank you guys so much for having me, Katie. I really appreciate this opportunity. Again, if you guys want to see me, you can find me over on youtube.com/csandreas. If you can't spell that, just write Chris Sanders, and I'll pop up, and I'm like, hey, I'm talking to you. Thanks a lot, guys. Later.
Chris, I just want to thank you so much for sharing all of your insights. And if anybody hasn't checked out Chris's channel, you can click here to scoot on over there. We did a video on his channel about improving self-confidence, and you don't want to miss it. And also, I'll put all of his links to his social media outlets in the description below. Check out Chris, he's awesome. And if you are one of my OG people, you remember him from when I did a hangout, like, I don't know, Chris, like a year or two ago, maybe? So anyway, thank you so much. I hope this was helpful for all of you. And as always, leave your comments below and share your tips and tricks about things that help you become a better and more wonderful you. This sound is awesome.
Your body, you have a skeleton, right? That is your structure. If you only had skin, bones, and muscle, you'd be lumping on the ground like